David stood outside the church, his hands trembling. Through the stained glass windows, he could see people gathering. His daughter was getting married today. And he had not been invited. It had been 12 years since they last spoke. 12 years since the worst mistake of his life. The day he chose his pride over his daughter. The day he told her she was making a mistake. The day she told him to leave and never come back. And he had listened. For 12 years, he had stayed away. Birthdays, graduations, holidays. He had missed them all. Not because he did not care, but because he thought she did not want him there. David was 68 years old now. Retired. Alone. His wife had passed away 3 years ago. His daughter, Jennifer, was his only child. And he had lost her. He had come to the church not to go inside. Just to see her. To watch from a distance. To witness this moment he should have been part of. To walk her down the aisle. To give her away. To tell her how proud he was. But he was not invited. And he had no right to be here. David thought back to that day 12 years ago. Jennifer had brought her boyfriend home. Mark. A good man. David could see that now. But back then, all David saw was someone not good enough for his daughter. Mark came from a working-class family. No college degree. He worked with his hands. A carpenter. David, who had built a successful business, who had worked his way up from nothing, somehow forgot where he came from. He looked at Mark and saw only what he was not. "You can do better," David had told Jennifer. "You are settling." Jennifer's face had crumpled. "Daddy, I love him." "Love is not enough," David had said. "You need stability. Security. Someone who can provide the life you deserve." "Mark provides that," Jennifer had said quietly. "He works hard. He is kind. He makes me happy. Is not that what matters?" "You are too young to understand," David had insisted. "You will regret this." Jennifer had looked at him with tears in her eyes. "Then you will not be part of our lives. If you cannot accept Mark, you cannot accept me." David, stubborn and proud, had stood up. "Fine. When you come to your senses, call me." But Jennifer never called. And David was too proud to call her. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. And the gap between them grew wider and wider until it seemed impossible to cross. His wife, Martha, had begged him to reach out. "Swallow your pride, David. She is our daughter. Our only child." But David had been too stubborn. "I was right," he would say. "She will see that eventually." But Jennifer did not come back. Instead, she built a life without him. Got married. Built a home. And David heard about it all through friends. Through social media posts he looked at from fake accounts. Through the grapevine in their small town. After Martha died, David finally understood. Life was too short for pride. Too short for stubbornness. Too short to let anger win over love. He had tried to reach out then. Sent a letter. "Jennifer, I am sorry. I was wrong. Please let me back into your life." But the letter came back unopened. Returned to sender. Now, standing outside the church, David realized this might be his last chance. Not to be part of the wedding. He had lost that right. But to at least see her. To witness her happiness from afar. To know that she was loved and cared for. The church doors opened. People began taking their seats. David moved closer, staying in the shadows. Through a side window, he could see Jennifer. His daughter. Beautiful in her wedding dress. Glowing with happiness. And standing beside her, helping adjust her veil, was Mark. The man David had rejected. The man who had loved Jennifer for 12 years. Who had stayed by her side. Who was about to become her husband. David felt tears sting his eyes. Mark was walking her down the aisle. Because David was not there to do it. The moment every father dreams of, and David had thrown it away because of pride. The music began. The wedding march. David watched through the window as Jennifer took Mark's arm. They began walking down the aisle together. No father to give her away. Just her and the man she loved. David turned to leave. He should not be here. This was not his moment. He had made his choice 12 years ago. Now he had to live with it. But as he turned, someone called out, David?" David froze. He turned slowly. A woman stood in the church doorway. Mid-30s, wearing a bridesmaid dress. He recognized her. Sarah, Jennifer's best friend since childhood. "What are you doing here?" Sarah asked. Her voice was not angry, just surprised. "I just wanted to see her," David said quietly. "I am not going in. I know I am not welcome." Sarah studied him for a long moment. "Does she know you are here?" "No, and she should not. I will leave." "Wait," Sarah said. She stepped closer. "Why now? After all these years?" "Because I made a mistake," David said. His voice cracked. "The biggest mistake of my life. And I cannot fix it. But I wanted to see her happy. Just once." From a distance, Sarah's expression softened. "You know, she talks about you sometimes." David looked up sharply. "She does?" Sarah nodded. "When she is sad, or when something good happens, she will say, 'I wish my dad could see this.' Or, 'I wonder what dad would think.'" David felt his chest tighten. "She does not hate me?" Sarah shook her head. "She is hurt, angry. But hate? No. You are still her father. That does not just go away." "I sent a letter," David said. 3 years ago. After Martha died. But it came back unopened." Sarah sighed. "I know. I was there when it arrived. Jennifer held it for a long time. Almost opened it. But Mark stopped her." David's heart sank. "So Mark still hates me?" "No," Sarah said gently. "Mark told her that she needed to heal first. That she was not ready. That if she opened it while she was still angry, she might say things she would regret. He told her to wait until she was ready to forgive. He was protecting her. And you." David stared at Sarah. "Mark said that? The man I insulted? The man I said was not good enough?" Sarah smiled sadly. "Mark is a good man. He has always been a good man. He loves Jennifer more than anything. And he knows how much it hurts her to be estranged from you. He is not keeping her from you. He is waiting for the right time." "Is today the right time?" David asked quietly. Sarah looked back at the church. The ceremony was starting. "I do not know," she said honestly. "But I know this. Jennifer has been crying all morning. Not because she is sad. But because something feels missing. Someone feels missing." "Me," David whispered. "You," Sarah confirmed. "Look, I cannot promise anything. But there is a reception after the ceremony. At the community center. If you show up, I will make sure you have a chance to talk to her. But you have to understand, it might not go well. She might not be ready." "I understand," David said. "Thank you." Sarah nodded and went back inside. David stood alone again. Should he go to the reception? Risk ruining Jennifer's perfect day? Or should he leave and continue living with his regret? He looked down at his hands. Old hands now. Weathered. Tired. How much time did he have left? How many more chances would there be? David made a decision. He would go to the reception. He would face his daughter. And he would finally say the words he should have said 12 years ago. "I was wrong. I am sorry. I love you." The ceremony lasted 45 minutes. David did not watch. He could not bear it. Instead, he sat on a bench outside, practicing what he would say. Imagining the moment. Hoping for mercy. Hoping for forgiveness. When the ceremony ended, people poured out of the church. Happy. Celebrating. David kept his distance. He saw Jennifer and Mark emerge, married now. Smiling. Surrounded by loved ones. David felt the weight of what he had lost. He was not part of this. These happy faces, these celebrants, they were Jennifer's family now. And he was a stranger. But he had come this far. He would not turn back now. He drove to the community center. Waited in the parking lot. Watched people arrive. The reception began. Music, laughter, dancing. David sat in his car, gathering courage. Finally, as the sun began to set, David got out of his car. He walked to the entrance, took a deep breath, and went inside. The reception hall was beautiful. Lights strung across the ceiling. Tables decorated with flowers. A dance floor where people swayed to music. And in the center of it all, Jennifer and Mark, laughing together. David stood in the doorway, unsure. Several people noticed him. Whispers started. Jennifer's father. He is here. Does she know? Sarah saw him. She made her way over quickly. You came, she said. I had to, David replied. Is she ready? Sarah glanced at Jennifer. I do not know. But there is only one way to find out. Wait here. Sarah walked over to Jennifer. Leaned close. Whispered something. Jennifer's smile faded. She turned. And across the crowded room, her eyes met David's. Time seemed to stop. Father and daughter, looking at each other for the first time in 12 years. David saw shock in her eyes. Then confusion. Then something else. Something that looked like pain. Jennifer said something to Mark. He looked at David, then back at Jennifer. He nodded, took her hand, and together, they walked toward David. David's heart pounded. This was it, the moment of truth. They stopped a few feet away. No one spoke. The reception continued around them, but in that small space, there was only silence. Finally, Mark spoke. David. Mark, David said. His voice was barely a whisper. I know I have no right to be here. No, Mark said calmly. You do not. David nodded. I will leave. I just wanted to see her. To congratulate her. And to say I am sorry. Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. For 12 years, Dad. 12 years you stayed away. I know, David said. And that was my mistake. My pride. My stubbornness. I was wrong about so many things. But most of all, I was wrong about him. David looked at Mark. You are a good man. I see that now. I should have seen it then. But I was too blind. Too caught up in what I thought was important. Money. Status. Things that do not matter. I forgot that the only thing that matters is love. Mark's expression softened slightly. You have loved my daughter for 12 years, David continued. You have been there for her when I was not. You have made her happy. You have given her the life she deserves. Not because of money or status, but because you love her. And I was a fool not to see that. Jennifer wiped her tears. Why now, Dad? Why today? Because I am 68 years old, David said. His voice cracked. And I do not know how much time I have left. I have already missed 12 years. I have missed your graduations, your achievements, your life, and I cannot get that back. But I am begging you, please do not let me miss the rest. Jennifer's breath hitched. You hurt me, Dad. I know, David whispered. And I will spend the rest of my life trying to make up for it. If you will let me. Jennifer looked at Mark. He squeezed her hand. This is your choice, he said gently. Whatever you decide, I support you. Jennifer turned back to David. She studied his face, saw the tears, saw the regret, saw the man who had once been her hero. The man who had carried her on his shoulders, who had taught her to ride a bike, who had scared away the monsters under her bed. And she saw that he was just a man. Flawed, broken, but still her father. Do you remember, Jennifer said quietly, when I was little? And I would have nightmares? David nodded. You would come to my room. And I would tell you that you were safe. That I would protect you. You would say, nothing can hurt you while I am here, Jennifer said. And I believed you. I believed you could protect me from anything. David's tears fell freely now. But I could not protect you from myself. From my own mistakes. No, Jennifer said. You could not. They stood in silence. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. 12 years of pain. 12 years of absence. Could it be forgiven? Could it be healed? Jennifer took a step forward. Then another. And then she was in front of her father. Looking up at him. Seeing the old man he had become. Seeing the regret in his eyes. I forgive you, Dad, she whispered. David let out a sob. Oh, Jennifer. I am so sorry. I know, she said. And she opened her arms. Father and daughter embraced for the first time in 12 years. And around them, the reception fell silent. People watched with tears in their eyes as a family healed. Mark stood nearby, his own eyes wet. He did not feel angry. He felt grateful. Because the woman he loved was getting her father back. And he understood what that meant to her. After a long moment, Jennifer pulled back. There is so much we need to talk about, she said. I know, David said. And I will answer any question. Tell you anything you want to know. But right now, can I just say congratulations? I am so proud of you. So happy for you. Jennifer smiled through her tears. Thank you, Dad. David looked at Mark. I know I have no right to ask this. But may I have one dance with my daughter? To make up for all the father-daughter dances I have missed? Mark did not hesitate. Of course, he said. She is your daughter. And now she is my wife. We are family. The word hit David like a wave. Family. After 12 years of being alone, he had a family again. The DJ played a slow song. David led Jennifer to the dance floor. They moved slowly, awkwardly at first. 12 years was a long time. They were almost strangers now. But as the music played, something shifted. Memory took over. Jennifer rested her head on her father's shoulder, just like she had when she was a little girl. And David held his daughter, grateful for this second chance. I missed you every day, David said quietly. Every single day. There was not a moment when I did not think about you. Wonder how you were. Wish I could take it back. I missed you too, Jennifer admitted. Even when I was angry. Even when I told myself I did not. I missed you. Your mother never gave up on me, David said. She begged me to reach out. To swallow my pride. She was right. She was always right. How is Mom? Jennifer asked, then stopped. Wait, Sarah told me. I am so sorry, Dad. I did not know. It is okay, David said. She passed peacefully. But her last words were about you. She said, tell Jennifer I love her. Tell her to forgive you. Tell her life is too short for anger. Jennifer's tears fell again. I should have been there. I should have come to the funeral. You did not know, David said gently. That is my fault, not yours. I kept you at a distance. I did this. We both did this, Jennifer said. I could have reached out too. I could have been the bigger person. But I was stubborn. I think I get that from you. David smiled sadly. Unfortunately, yes. The song ended. But they stayed on the dance floor, not ready to let go. Mark approached them. May I cut in? He asked with a smile. David stepped back. Of course. He is your husband now. Mark shook his head. I meant, may I dance with my father-in-law? David froze. Father-in-law. Mark was claiming him, accepting him, including him in the family. I would be honored, David said, his voice thick with emotion. They danced, two men who should have been enemies but were now family. I was wrong about you, David said. You are everything Jennifer needed. Everything I should have seen 12 years ago. Thank you, Mark said. But you were not entirely wrong. I was not good enough for her. No one is. She is extraordinary. But I wake up every day trying to be worthy of her. That is all any of us can do, David said. I know you missed a lot, Mark continued. But there is still time. Grandchildren someday. Holidays. Sunday dinners. We want you in our lives. If you want to be there. More than anything, David said. Then welcome to the family, Mark said with a genuine smile. The rest of the reception was joyful. David met Jennifer's friends, heard stories about her life, saw photos of moments he had missed. Each one was a small stab of regret, but also a gift. He was learning about his daughter, getting to know the woman she had become. As the night wound down, Jennifer found David sitting alone at a table. Tired but happy. Are you okay, Dad? David nodded. I am better than I have been in 12 years. Jennifer sat beside him. I want you to know something. Forgiving you does not mean I have forgotten. It does not mean it does not still hurt. Healing will take time. I know, David said. And I will do whatever it takes. For however long it takes. Good, Jennifer said. Then she handed him an envelope. What is this? Open it. David opened the envelope. Inside was a key. And a note. Our address. You are welcome anytime. But call first. Baby steps. David closed his eyes, clutching the key like a lifeline. Thank you. Do not thank me yet, Jennifer said with a small smile. You still have a lot of making up to do. 12 years is a lot of missed birthdays. I expect presents. David laughed through his tears. I will spend the rest of my life making up for it. Good, Jennifer said, because that is exactly how long it is going to take. She kissed his cheek and went back to her husband. David sat alone, holding the key. A key to his daughter's house. To her life. To their future. He had lost 12 years. But he had been given a second chance. And he would not waste it. 3 months later, David sat in Jennifer and Mark's living room. It was Sunday dinner. A new tradition. Every week, David came over. They ate together. Talked. Laughed. Slowly rebuilding what had been broken. It was not perfect. There were still awkward moments. Still pain beneath the surface. But they were trying. And that was what mattered. Jennifer came out of the kitchen with dessert. As she passed David, she rested her hand on his shoulder. Just for a moment. A simple gesture. But it meant everything. Because it meant forgiveness was not just words. It was action. It was showing up. Week after week. Building trust one Sunday dinner at a time. David looked around the table. Jennifer. Mark. And possibly, someday soon, grandchildren. A family he had almost lost forever. He thought of Martha. Wished she could see this. Wished she could know that he had finally swallowed his pride. That he had done what she had begged him to do. But maybe she did know. Maybe she was watching. Maybe she was proud. That night, as David drove home, he thought about the last 12 years. All the time he had wasted. All the moments he had missed. He could not get them back. But he had something better. He had today. And tomorrow. And all the days after that. He had been given a second chance. And he would spend the rest of his life being worthy of it. Because love is not about being right. It is about showing up. About saying I am sorry. About choosing your family over your pride. David had learned that lesson 12 years too late. But he had learned it. And now, finally, he was home.